Again, sorry, I continue to have issues with my storage on my phone. Hopefully, I would be able to get more storage or get a new phone soon. Good, let's continue. If you play the audio clips one after the other, you should hear the clear difference between vendre and vendre. So, again, let's just go over that.
Il vend.
Il vend.
Elle vend.
Elle vend, which means he sells and she sells.
Ils vendent.
Ils vendent, you can hear the difference.
Ils vendent.
Ils vendent, which means they sell masculine.
Elles vendent.
Elles vendent, they sell féminin. So always remember, even though the ENT ending is silent, the E in it will always affect the pronunciation of the letter that comes before it. Now that we've gotten through all of that, it's time for some full sentences. Below are some examples using the verb forms we've just covered. Be sure to record yourself and check your pronunciation on each one.
Je vends la voiture.
Je vends la voiture, which means I am selling the car. Je vends la voiture. Good pronunciation. Je vends la voiture. Next sentence. Nous vendons des fruits. We sell fruit.
Nous vendons des fruits.
Nous vendons des fruits. Nous vendons des fruits. We sell fruits. Next sentence. Ils vendent la bicyclette. Ils vendent la bicyclette.
Il vend la bicyclette.
Il vend la bicyclette, which means he is selling the bike.
Il vend la bicyclette.
Il vend la bicyclette. Il vend la bicyclette. I'll do that again.
Il vend la bicyclette.
Il vend la bicyclette. Okay. Vous vendez la maison.
Vous vendez la maison.
Which means you are selling the house. Vous vendez la maison. Vous vendez la maison. Vous vendez la maison. You are selling the house. Elles vendent le livre. Elles vendent le livre. Elles vendent les livres.
Elle vend les livres.
Elles vendent les livres. Which means she is selling the books.
Elle vend les livres.
Elles vendent les livres. Elles vendent les livres. Elles vendent les livres. Elles vendent les livres. On vend du pain. We sell bread. We sell bread. Is on vend du pain.
On vend du pain.
On vend du pain. I need to do that over. On vend du pain.
On vend du pain.
On vend du pain. Et voilà, that's it. On vend du pain. Let's play it again. On vend du pain. On vend du pain. Elles vendent de fleurs. Elles vendent de fleurs, which means they are selling flowers.
Elles vendent des fleurs.
Elles vendent des fleurs. Elles vendent des fleurs. C'est une bonne prononciation.
Tu vends ton ordinateur.
Tu vends ton ordinateur. You sell your computer. Tu vends ton ordinateur. Tu vends ton ordinateur. Okay. Ils vendent de glace. They sell ice cream. Ils vendent des glaces.
Ils vendent des glaces.
Ils vendent des glaces. Below are some examples with a few other RE verbs so that you can get used to the pattern. We've seen prendre, which means to lose, prendre, which means to lose, entendre, which means to hear, and attendre, which means to wait or to wait for. Il perd du poids.
Il perd du poids.
Which means he is losing weight. Il perd du poids.
Il perd du poids.
Okay. Il perd du poids. Il perd du poids. Good pronunciation. Vous attendre la musique. You are hearing the music. Is vous attendre la musique.
Vous entendez la musique.
Vous entendez. Attends. Vous entendez la musique. You are hearing music. Vous entendez la musique. Okay, let's listen to my pronunciation. Vous entendez la musique. Vous entendez la musique. Next phrase. Elles attendent le train. Elles attendent le train.
Elles attendent le train.
Elles attendent le train. The reason why the S is pronounced is because attendre starts with a vowel, so we do la liaison. So you have elles attendent le train. Elles attendent le train. Wasn't good pronunciation. Let's do it again. Elles attendent le train. Et voilà, that's it. They are waiting for the train. Elles attendent le train. Okay. Notice how attendre, to wait or to wait for, is a lot like demander, to ask for. You don't have to include a word for in French because it is understood. So you wouldn't say elles attendent pour le train. You wouldn't say they are waiting for the train. You just say elles attendent le train, and that works because attendre means to wait or to wait for. Right this moment. We mentioned earlier how the French present tense, le présent, can be used like both the present simple and the present continuous in English. This means you can use it to talk about facts and things that are happening, as well as things that are in the process of taking place. So for example, je travaille chaque jeudi, I work every Thursday.
Je travaille chaque jeudi.
Je travaille chaque jeudi. And we have je travaille maintenant,
Je travaille maintenant.
which means I am working now. Je travaille maintenant. I am working now. As you can see, the verb form is the exact same in both French sentences. So, to give you context, je travaille, I work every Thursday is G-E-T-R-A-V-A-I-L-L-E. Je travaille. So, which means I work every Thursday. Je travaille maintenant is G-E-T-R-A-V-A-I-L-L-E, which means I am working now. If you only want to really stress that an action is in the middle of happening, though, you can use the infinitive for the action and this phrase. Être en train de. Être en train de, which means to be in the process of or to be in the middle of. Être en train de.
Être en train de.
Être en train de. Être en train de. I need to do that over. Être en train de. Much better. So, être en train de, which means to be in the process of or to be in the middle of. Let's listen to my pronunciation. Être en train de. C'est bon. Par exemple, the example is elle est en train de répondre. Elle est en train de répondre. Elle est en train de répondre. C'est ça. Elle est en train de répondre.
Elle est en train de répondre.
Which means she is in the process of answering. Elle est en train de répondre. Et voilà. Elle est en train de répondre. Good. Again, that means she is in the process of answering. Then we have je suis en train de expliquer le problème. Je suis en train de expliquer le problème.
Je suis en train d'expliquer le problème.
Je suis en train d'expliquer le problème. Je suis en train d'expliquer le problème, which means I'm in the middle of explaining the problem. Je suis en train d'expliquer le problème. Then we have il est en train de tout ranger, which means he is in the process of tidying everything up. Il est en train de tout ranger.
Il est en train de tout ranger.
Il est en train de tout ranger. Good job, man. Let's listen to my pronunciation.
Il est en train de tout ranger.
Which means he's in the process of tidying up. Let's go over the two that I did before.
Je suis en train d'expliquer le problème.
Which means I'm in the middle of explaining the problem. Last one.
Elle est en train de répondre.
Which means she is in the process of answering. Notice how the second example, the E on DE of, had to be replaced by an apostrophe because the verb expliquer, to explain, starts with a vowel sound. So in this instance, the illusion was done. So it's something that you can Google to really understand what the illusion means in French. In French, illusion is the suppression of a final unstressed vowel immediately before another word beginning with a vowel or a silent H. The term also refers to the orthographic convention by which the deletion of a vowel is reflected in writing and indicated with an apostrophe. You can Google it. There's a ton of videos on this online on illusion and la liaison. I think it's important to understand these concepts. So because I don't think I'm explaining them in an effective way, I would propose that you Google it or you YouTube it, because there's tons of videos about it on YouTube. So action replay. There are three main types of verbs in French. There's ER, RE, and IR verbs. Each type has a slightly different set of verb endings when conjugated. The French tense le présent can be used in the same way as the present simple and the present continuous in English. To talk about actions that are in the process of unfolding, use the phrase être en train de. Être en train de. And with that, you've made it to the end of the lesson. Great work. You know how to conjugate any regular ER or RE verb that you come across. This means that you can now say so much more that you couldn't before the start of the lesson. Okay, so let's do the culture part of the lesson. And today we're talking about cheese, which is extremely, c'est très très important en France. So, you're probably aware that the French love le fromage, which is the cheese. On a visit to France, you might find yourself overwhelmed by the sheer number of cheeses available here, including ones that you may never have heard of. Berry, Camembert, Bleu d'Avignon, Reblanc, Roquefort, Gruyère, Comte, and the list goes on and on. I'm sure I butchered some of those cheeses, but I think there's a pronunciation exercise afterwards. There are literally hundreds of varieties of cheese in France, with different areas of the country often producing their own signature types. This might be made from cow's milk, goat's milk, or sheep's milk, and they might be blue too. If you're on the lookout for cheese, finding it is incredibly easy in France. You have a number of choices. You can head to the grocery store and peruse the expansive cheese selection, buy fresh at a local market, or even visit a dedicated fromagerie, cheesemongers, that sells almost nothing but cheese. The French tend to enjoy their cheese after meals, but before dessert. It's common for cheese platters featuring multiple cheeses to be served once the main course is finished. This is quite true. I experienced this. The cheese won't be prepared in slices. Instead, it will be served in room temperature blocks or wedges. This is true. In order to preserve and enhance the flavor of each cheese, the custom is for people to cut off pieces of the cheese that they would like to eat, put them on their plate, and eat them with a little bread, or perhaps alongside a fruit or salad, or even in some instances with jam. This part of the meal is often accompanied by red wine, this is true, or another type chosen to suit the cheese being offered. The French also love to cook with cheese and enjoy some particularly cheesy rich dishes like raclette. Originally from Switzerland, the dish involves melting raclette cheese, a semi-hard cow's milk cheese, and eating it with potatoes, slices of meat, and or vegetables. Vive le fromage, long live the cheese. Okay.
Le fromage.
Le fromage. Le fromage.
La fromagerie.
La fromagerie. La fromagerie. La fromagerie means the cheesemongers or the cheese store. Vive la fromage is long live the cheese.
Vive le fromage.
Vive le fromage. Vive le fromage, which is again long live the cheese. So I'm thinking about doing the exercises and recording them and posting them online. This is probably the first lesson I'm going to do it, so forgive me if I get excited in between. Again, I did this lesson already, but I'll reset the exercises just to give you guys an idea of the breakdown of the exercises. So it goes flashcards, listening, writing, speaking, and then you have a quiz at the end. So all of this is being done to reinforce the learning that you would have experienced throughout the lesson. So I'll just run through them quickly and see if I could see how much I get correct and see how much I remember. Confirm. Okay, so on the screen, the flashcard is to like / to love. So they have the English version of the verb, and then you have to what it is in French. So to like or to love in French is aimer. Okay. To begin or to start is commencer. Okay. To eat is manger. To ask or to ask for is demander. To work is travailler. To wait or to wait for is attendre. No, attendre. Yeah, attendre. Don't mix up attendre with entendre. To speak or to talk is parler. Okay. To sell is vendre. Vendre. To lose is perdre. Perdre. To explain is expliquer. Expliquer. To answer or to reply is reprendre. Reprendre is to answer or reply. Reprendre. So just to let you guys know, I've done 11 so far. There's 51. I've gotten all correct. All correct. To hear is entendre. Entendre. Voilà. I love Agnès is j'aime Agnès, yeah. J'aime Agnès. J'aime Agnès. I like to walk is j'aime marcher. J'aime marcher. J'aime marcher, correct. You don't talk much is tu parles peu. Tu parles peu. Tu parles peu. You don't talk much is tu parles peu, correct again. J'aime France. J'aime la France. No, j'aime France. I like France. J'aime la France. Okay. J'aime la France is I like France. You are asking for the time is tu demandais du temps. Tu demandais du temps. Tu demandais du temps. Tu demandais l'heure. Tu demandes l'heure. I got that one wrong. Tu demandes l'heure is you are asking for the time is tu demandes l'heure. You speak loudly. Tu parles non, vous parlez fort. Vous parlez fort. Vous parlez fort. J'adorais la France. J'adorais la France. J'adore la France.